Hey everyone, welcome to the Game Week 7 team selection video. Matches starting tomorrow. Quick turnaround as we had midweek games this week, which always means 3 quick game weeks in a row from the weekend to midweek to the next weekend. We will not have more midweek fixtures this week. Some of the teams will be playing in Champions League and other European competitions, but this game week will end on Monday and the next won't start till Friday, which is still kind of a quick turnaround, but at least it's your normal weekend to weekend schedule kind of deal. I have made 2 transfers this week, as we can see in the top left, and you might be able to see some of the new players in the team already. And I guess I'll just start going through the lineup. So please don't forget to like, subscribe if you've been liking these team selection videos and ideas for your team. Don't forget to ask questions. I think I've responded to every message so far this year. And yeah, we'll get on with the team. Player 1 that has been brought in is Retegi. I think that's more of a closer pronunciation to his name from what I heard from the commentator say, from what I have been calling him. But I really honestly, I was tempted to bring him in game week 1. And if you did, he's returned for you more than Immobile has right now. Because Immobile's got a couple penalties, maybe 1 goal from open play. Retegi's gotten, I think, at least 3 himself, but I don't know if any of them have been penalties. And his price point is almost half of that of Immobile. It really allows you to spread money around elsewhere. So happy to go with Retegi, and I've taken out Immobile. Definitely does not have the Serie A fantasy crown anymore. I'm going to stick with Victor Osimhen with the controversies of the social media stuff that went around with Napoli. Osimhen still played and went on and scored a goal and showed why he is not to be made a fool of like that. So I'm going to keep him there facing Lecce. While Lecce has done well this season so far, I still think that is a fixture Napoli should win, and Osimhen could definitely score. But keep in mind, Zielinski did take the penalty, and Osimhen was on the field, so Osimhen does not seem to have penalties anymore. In the midfield, Nico Gonzalez played last match and played fantastic. He was part of the dream team for the week. So I don't think he got re-injured. Let me know, but I don't think that yellow flag should exist anymore. Nico Gonzalez should be playing, and he's been one of the most consistent players in my squad this year. Second player I brought in is Domenico Berardi, who has been phenomenal since he started playing. We just had to get past that transfer window for him to be solidified back with Sassuolo this year. And since then, he has been phenomenal. And the main reason why they have taken down both Juve and Inter in back-to-back games. Some great goals and assists. And I definitely think he might be the player to have in your squad right now. Federico Chiesa against Atalanta might be tough to find goals just for Juve in general in this match, as it's a harder match. But he should be up in those striking positions, just like Vlahovic, and probably working with Vlahovic again. It seems like he does work better with Vlahovic than Milik so far. So Chiesa will be starting in the midfield, and going with my consistent 5 at the back for defense. Danilo, obviously in there, probably the least likely to get a clean sheet. Not sure if Calabria is going to be back. He was on the bench last game, so I'm hoping that he'll be back. It might still be too quick. Once again, if he doesn't play, I'm just going to get my first player off the bench to sub in. DiMarco, against Salernitana. Hopefully he gets back amongst the assists. I can't complain the odd time a defender doesn't get an attacking return, and at least generally is good for one of the 2 clean sheets. Hoping for a clean sheet for Napoli and Di Lorenzo. I just realized I'm in the transfer view right now and not in team selection. I'll flip over there in a second. Yeah, Di Lorenzo to hopefully get an attack return. He actually has not gotten an attack return since I brought him into my team. So this might be the kiss of death. Maybe Immobile is going to go score a hat trick this week. And then Spinazzola, again, I wouldn't be surprised if he gets rotated because this would be his 3rd game in quick succession. And as a wingback who's not generally nailed on for 90 minutes, he might be a bit at risk of that. And then Jan Sommer in the goal. Despite Toratti keep outscoring him in fantasy points, I just can't not start Sommer over him. My bench lineup will go I'm actually going to put Ederson in front of Kandreva. Here, let me flip to team view for this week. Ederson will go ahead of Kandreva. Juric will be at the end. Also, let us do this. I'm going to have Osimhen as my captain. A couple weeks backfiring with the captain going at the back. So I'm going to throw it back up top for Osimhen, hoping he can keep up good form and bury some there. DeMarco would also be a good shout for captain this week. Di Lorenzo still absolutely could. Or actually, sorry, I think that there's actually maybe a more obvious captaincy decision now that I see it. We're going to go with Berardi as captain and have Osimhen with the vice. Because Berardi's just in form right now, and against Monza, I could definitely see goals there. So a little correction there. And make sure you hit confirm because I've forgotten to do that before. Anyway, that's how my team's going to look. Like I said, player to bring in right now, I really think is Berardi, and Retegui has been absolutely amazing as well. If you don't have Nico Gonzalez, I would say get him in. And the big defenders, the big three defenders I'd say right now are Danilo, DeMarco, and Di Lorenzo, maybe Theo Hernandez in there as well. But obviously you can't have them all and still have a strong attack. So Ederson's been really consistent, getting kind of 6-pointers and stuff. So he's been a good cheap option. But yeah, and obviously if you have space in it, Lautaro Martinez, I would always say is a good option. Anyway, I'm going to end the video there. Climbing the table back up. I'm at 45, hoping to make that a gap even smaller. And I'll see you next time.